Welcome to Giant Ability TV.
The art of life lies in constant readjustment to our surroundings, and to be insensitive and indifferent to what goes on around us is to be dead while alive. It is wise to learn the trade and not the tricks of the trade, and he who knows how, let him ring the bells. There is a fundamental question that requires an immediate and urgent answer if the country Nigeria is to ever progress. On the surface, it appears and it is believed by Nigerians that the country belongs to us all as Nigerians, whereas in reality the belief is far from being true. At this juncture, what should be agreed and decided on collectively is the issue of why a selective few or group of people should be in total control of the country that belongs to all. Nigeria in 1960 did gain our independence from the British, but unfortunately the country is still not free from external manipulations and is made possible by the activities of internal collaborators who are bent on holding the country to ransom at the expense of the well-meaning Nigerians who are deprived of all natural endowment that God has blessed the country with. There is no gainsaying the fact that what Nigeria needs at this critical moment of its history is a deliverer and not a leader. The truth that needs to be told in order for the country to go forward is that the Fulanis are the obstacles in the advancement, unity and progress of Nigeria. The unfortunate thing about all this is how a minority can dominate and be in control of the majority. The Hausas historically are different from the Fulanis, but by reason of intermarriage and religious connectivity have become united as an entity bound together for life. This is why the Northerners always claim that they are a majority over the rest of the people of the southern part of the country. Majority is supposed to translate into wealth and productivity under normal circumstances, but the reverse is the case as far as the Hausa Fulani are concerned. Their role in the entity called Nigeria is worse than that of a parasite, and they, as the cankerworms, have eaten deep into the fabrics of the entire country called Nigeria. They have succeeded over the years, even before independence, to set one ethnic group against the other in the south, an action that fits in for description as the divide and rule, for them to entrench themselves in the system, thereby causing retrogression and disunity in the country. Consider all the atrocities that they have committed against the country, which are monumental and with generational negative effects. One thing that the northern leaders have in common is the pursuit of the domination of the other regions in Nigeria at all costs. One important revelation about the Boko Haram terrorist group is that it has come to stay as an instrument of war against Nigerians. Regardless of what seems to be true about the number of lives that have been lost by the activities of this group in the northern part of the country, the goal of destabilizing the south psychologically and with a view to distracting them from their inalienable rights of taking over the reign of power from the north by putting forward a candidate with character, capacity and competence, not anyhow candidate that is of the taste of the northerners, has always been achieved. While Boko Haram insurgents are domiciled in the north, the Fulani headsmen and the bandits are designed to be strikers who are to go to the other part of the country to terrorize Nigerians. Think of these contradictions and ask the question, why has no single Boko Haram member or any of the Fulani headsmen been prosecuted since 2015 to date? Recall also how the high-profile Boko Haram members were tactfully released from the Kuje Correctional Center in 2022 under the guise of jailbreak. Is it not wise also to think about why the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari of the ruling All Progressive Congress Party has refused to prosecute the sponsors of Boko Haram terrorists, even when they publicly announced that they have the names of about 500 of them apart from the names of those that the government of the United Arab Emirates gave them? To further deceive and blindfold Nigerians, what the APC-led government is celebrating now is the construction of the Counter-Terrorism Center, a magnificent building and the first of its kind in the country. The 1999 Constitution is a fraud, and as long as all the processes of a democratic government are to be premised on it, Nigeria can only be set in motion but without movement. It is worthy of mention here that Nigeria is under a siege, and what is currently going on is a daylight robbery carried out by the Fulanis against all other Nigerians. They have succeeded in hijacking all the security agencies who, instead of protecting the lives and property of Nigerians as a primary constitutional assignment, are used to terrorize, subjugate, and kill them with impunity. Suffice to say also that the goodwill message of His Eminence Sir Muhammad Sa'ad Abubakar, the Sultan of Sokoto, on the occasion of the Easter celebration, asking the Christian leaders not to desecrate their pulpits by using them for hate speeches, was well received. It is important to ask the Sultan to look back and consider the evils that have been perpetrated against the Christians by Muslims in the southern Kaduna, Benue State, and the incident that took place in his domain where a female student of the Shehu Shagari College of Education, Sokoto, Deborah Samuel, was burnt alive. In furtherance of this lamentation against those who constitute the troublers of Nigeria, let this truth be told that the important role being played by a northern leader and visionary in the person of Dati Yusuf Baba Ahmed, who has humbled himself and deemed it fit to run as the vice presidential candidate to Mr. Peter Gregory Obi on the platform of the Labour Party LP in the just concluded 2023 presidential election, should be appreciated and not discountenanced. This divine alliance is the only reason for consideration by the Igbos, the Yorubas, and all other ethnic groups in the southern part of the country to continue in any forms of relationship with the North, especially with the evils done to the Southerners by all the former northern military heads of state, and with the worst as President Muhammadu Buhari, who will be leaving Nigeria divided as never before in the history of the country. President Buhari has lost the only opportunity left of becoming a hero by failing to keep to his promise of leaving behind for Nigerians a legacy of free, fair, transparent, and credible electoral process. Let him be rest assured that he cannot escape appearing before the International Criminal Court in The Hague after his retirement. He must account for all the precious lives of Nigerians lost to Boko Haram, terrorists, Fulani herdsmen, bandits, and the unknown gunmen with impunity under his watch. On a final note, the Nigerian civil society organization, youths, and all well-meaning people should not be deterred by the threat of the members of the ruling All Progressive Congress Party, who have stolen the mandate of Nigerians. This is not a time to give up, but the best time to go up. Let us appropriate to our lives and situations the saying of St. Augustine: if you will attain to what you are not yet, you must always be displeased by what you are. For where you are pleased with yourself, there you have remained. But once you have said it is enough, you are lost. Keep adding, keep working, keep advancing. Do not stop, do not turn back, do not turn from the straight road. The Nigerian judiciary, as it has always been said, and repeatedly, is before the eyes of the world, especially at this critical moment in the history of Nigeria. The elections petition before you, especially the presidential and that of the obedient movement, are too clear for Nigerians to be in doubt of where the pendulum swings. Let this not be the case of the more you look, the less you see. The polity is already heated, and you shall do well not to set the country ablaze. Justice must not only be done, but must be seen done. Bear in mind also that justice delayed is justice denied.
Then you heat up all my corn. Chase those crazy. Chase them crazy. Chase those crazy ballers all the time.
God bless Nigeria.
Thank you for watching.